So when I was in Parker for those 2 days, I just had a lot of time to think and like kind of be with myself. I realized I was having a lot of anxiety about not like making these destination points that I kind of set for my itinerary because I was trying to get to North Carolina. And when I started this, and I've told this to several people, that when the only reason I got that MoogFest ticket is because it was easier to tell people like a destination than like, oh, I just actually need to get out and be in my van and see the country while I'm still young. And I just didn't want to have to say that shit each fucking time. So I mean, yes, I did want to go, and yes, it was a big part of it, but really the journey is what I was really yearning for. So being in Denver for that time and being impatient and feeling like I'm not getting anywhere was really good. It was part of this. Because now I remove the expectation of making it to MoogFest on time. Once I removed that, it kind of became apparent, like, now I'm completely free to do what I need to do. Like, to travel the way I need to travel, you know? Like, that's just how it works. With that being said, I'm just driving now. I'm setting a destination for tomorrow of St. Louis, just because that's the way I want to go. I have some friends there, so I want to say hi. I also have a friend, David. He lives in Louisiana, and so I'm going to head down that way too. And now I don't have these timelines or these time frames. Also, not going to MoogFest, it opened up a bunch of time, really. Like, I was going to be at MoogFest for 5 days, 4 days, several days. And now that's like those extra days that I can be on the road. It also saves me some money because now I'm not having to spend money at these events like I know that I would want to, like for food and water, which is hell of expensive. But yeah, and I'm okay with it. Like, I've made peace. It's okay. It's really good. So here I am. I decided, like, I really want to drive today. So I did. I left for Kansas City, Missouri. I made it to Topeka, Kansas, which is not far away. I just couldn't sit in... I'm pretty uncomfortable right now as it is. So, like, to sit and all that jazz. Maybe I'll just relocate my ass like a smart person. Yes, so I was just I was in the vehicle, I was in the van for too long. Drove through like this crazy freaking like tornado situation. I mean, I didn't see any twisters, but the wind was blowing extremely hard, and there was just so much water. I mean, like, fucking look at all this water. Like, this shit was crazy. Seriously, I couldn't see dick. So it was like kind of like driving a little bit blind. So sorry, Mom. Like, I was safe though, you know. Driving 35 kind of helps. I pulled over on the side of the road because the weather is just absolutely bonkers. There was a tornado storm warning, that was like 2 hours ago, but here we are now. There's lots of other cars and people just hanging out. I mean, the weather's pretty crappy right now. It's hard to see. And something I didn't anticipate on this trip, really, I was really ill-prepared in a lot of regards for this trip. But that was good. I just needed to go and like figure this stuff out. But you know, I have chronic pain, and it's from I was in a car accident when I was younger, and I broke both my femurs at the same time, and I have degenerative disc disease. So what that means is that I have discs in my back that are they're not well. They're bulging and they're painful. So I have that, and I have myofasciitis, which is a muscle condition where my muscles just hurt. They just hurt for almost no reason. So when it's like this, the weather, I just didn't anticipate the weather being this way, like at all. I guess I just didn't think about it. So here we are, and I'm just at a different elevation. The humidity here is different. Like, I feel strange in my body right now. I feel comfortable. I know my body well enough, and it's just strange feeling this way. like swollen all over and just like super achy. At one point when I was driving, I just remember I was driving and it felt like I just drove into, I don't know, like 1,000 feet of water. It just was like this intense pressure. It was like all over my body. My body's very sensitive to that barometric pressure. It causes pain. So that's been, I've had to confront my pain, my physical pain, a lot during this trek. I didn't really break it down when I was in Parker, but when I was with my family, they asked, that their family that I'm not super close with, that they don't really know me and I don't really know them. I feel like I do. I mean, they're family, so you connect on that the familial level. But my accident came up, and I really haven't like thought about it or like told that story in quite a while, and maybe I'll tell it here sometime soon. But just like getting into that again and kind of like remembering that time and like all the feels from that era and what I went through. Like, it's just good to like re-examine and like go back. Not often, going back in the past is not often safe or beneficial, but in this moment it felt therapeutic, and like I was connecting with them, and it felt good to like tell that story and like be vulnerable in some ways that I'm not really that comfortable in, which is I don't like people to know that I'm uncomfortable or that I'm in pain, but here we are. Like it's just come up in my journey. Like I'm going through this pain for some reason. Like maybe it's to help people. Maybe it's to help somebody. Like I've been through some crazy shit, and I would love to share it with you guys. And so that's why I'm here now. And I'm just feeling raw. Like it's good. This has been really, really, really good for me, and I'm thankful to feel this way. I feel so uncomfortable, but I feel so alive. I feel younger than I've ever felt in my life. I feel happier than I've ever felt. And I feel just discombobulated and good about it, and it's strange. I would encourage everyone to do something like this, like by yourself, like a journey, even if it's small. I mean, I could have done just the 2 or 3 days that I had gone from Reno to Parker. That would have been plenty. Just in that small amount of time. You don't need to go crazy. It's just been freeing, and just do it. Just do it. Why not? What do you have to lose, man? We all have excuses, but if you don't do what you want while you're young, like, you're never gonna do it. Like, retirement sounds just like a farce, really. You're gonna wait and try to save a bunch of money for when you're older and you enjoy different things than you did when you were younger. That just seems backwards to me. So here we are. And yeah, saving for the future is important, and I should do that. I should should think about my future more often. Think about it more intensely, I should say. Anyway, that's all I fucking got. So, bye.